Good morning. When was the renovation completed? Was it 2022? I can't remember.
They might know the information best.
I remember when all the scaffolding was up,
Oh,
but I haven't been here since it's been completed. We're being very quiet because we are in a library. It's actually the library. This is the Enoch Pratt Free Library in Baltimore, Maryland, having undergone an extensive renovation a few years ago. And it is absolutely magnificent. This building was built in the 1930s and renovated about five years ago. Hello. Hi, everyone. I'm trying to be very quiet because I am in a library. No, you shouldn't be scared. It's just quiet. It's just quiet. Thank you for liking. It's not scary. It's a library. Thank you, Mr. Zock. I do appreciate it. I absolutely love architecture, and this is a masterpiece of historic restoration here in Baltimore, Maryland. This is the Pratt Library Central Branch. Having undergone a meticulous renovation a few years ago. Absolutely amazing. And a really important resource for the community. Just look at the detail in the ceiling. Wow. This is the central hall in the central branch. It is big. I went live a few minutes ago from the exterior. The original library didn't last very long. It was relatively small. And so the library outgrew its original 1880s building. And this building was completed in the 1930s. And it is magnificent. And this is my favorite ceiling going into this area. So I'm going to be very quiet. Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, just look at the detail. Hey, Tomby. I'm being very quiet because I'm in a library, as you might be able to tell. This is the Enoch Pratt Free Library in Baltimore City. This is the Anchor Library for the library system. I know. It just went through a massive renovation about 4 or 5 years ago, and all of this work was restored. So it's a combination here of plasterwork, carving, and painting. This is just one of many rooms, many sections in the library. Built in the 1930s and very painstakingly restored. Truly amazing. And you'll see that this wing is named for Carla Hayden. Carla was the president and CEO of the Pratt until she became the librarian of Congress. So the national librarian for the United States. Yeah, you better be in Baltimore, Tomby, when you come to the U.S. This library not only has an amazing collection of books, DVDs, everything, but it also serves our community. So both, this branch and all the other branches across the city provide job training, free internet access, activities for seniors and children. It really is amazing. But yeah, this room, this is my favorite ceiling of all the beautiful ceilings in this building. For sure. And a clock. Oh, that looks like a good itinerary, Tomby. Lots of history there. So I'm coming back into the main hall. And this beautiful skylight. And all of the painting. And I'm here because I need a book for film club. And there's a book for the film that we're reviewing next week, which is Sink the Bismarck. And it's not available on Amazon or at any of my local libraries in my neighborhood, but I knew I could find it here, and I can. The Pratt Library started a bookmobile in the 1940s, I think. 1930s, 1940s. Oh, it says here, 1940s. To take books to the neighborhoods. And there is still a bookmobile today that goes to all the neighborhoods so that everyone can access books. That's really cool. And in this wing, you can see some of the other painted ceilings, all restored over the last few years. I mean, I've been to this library 100 times before the restoration and had no idea what was behind the many layers of paint. Oh, look, selfie time. You can do a selfie. Yeah, so the restoration brought it back to its original state. that many had never seen. The combination of plaster work and painting, especially in these ceilings, is just tremendous. And then you have all these little areas, all these little nooks for research and reading. And here's the history collection. This is actually where I'm going. Let's see if we can actually find the book, or if I have to ask for it. I think I'm going to have to ask for it because I doubt it's on the shelves. But this is a book on World War II. And oh, look, I'm in World War II. And it's going to be, there's Battle. Now, I mean, how funny would it be if I found this book right away? It's the book 9 Days, 9 days something. It's on the Battle of, it's on the sinking of the Bismarck. So I'm going to be looking around here. Okay, this is the war in the Pacific. I mean, if I find this book this quickly, that would be unbelievable. So it's going to be Forster. The author's name is Forster. But it's going to be in, what do you call it? Subject matter order first before author name. So I've got to figure out, I'm looking for the war in the Atlantic. And I know this is terribly boring for everyone, but this would be really cool if I found it right away. Probably not. When the Sea Came Alive, there's Normandy. I'm going to find it. Yep, the Atlantic War. It's going to be around here. If we're going to find it on the stacks, it's going to be here. 8 days in May. No, I'm looking for 9 days somewhere. 9 days. 9 days, 9 days. Battle of Britain. Probably going to have to ask for this book. Okay, well, I won't bore you all by looking for this book, but would have been pretty amazing if I found it so quickly. Let's just take another look here. Go up the steps here. Thank you, Mr. Zock. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Let's see if I can go upstairs and not fall down. Let's get a different view here. Yeah, this is just about heaven. My version of heaven looks like a library. 100%. And we can get a really good close-up on some of this painting. Just wonderful detail here. And the brass doors. Brass marble plaster. Absolutely beautiful. We're here at the central branch of the Enoch Pratt Library. I'm being extraordinarily quiet because this is a library. Thanks for joining. This is an absolute landmark, not just for Baltimore, but for Maryland and really for the nation. It's a beautiful example of historic preservation. This building was built in the 1930s and restored about 5 or 6 years ago. Sorry, I don't have the exact date. The restoration brought back all of this amazing painting and plaster work. That had been painted over for many decades. Thank you, Tomby. I appreciate that. I know as a kid, you come to these places and you just don't understand. You don't appreciate it. I would run to the kids section to go check out the kids' books and the activities. But definitely appreciate all of it now. Yeah, it literally just opened a few minutes ago. I was the second person in the door. It is a work day. Even though it's the Monday after Christmas, it's a work day. So this is a great time to be here because there aren't a lot of people here. It's super busy on weekends and also in the afternoons, like after work, when people drop by. I'm gonna go back down the stairs, take one more look at the central hall, and then I'm gonna end the stream because I do need to find that book. The reason I'm here is to find a book. Our next film club film is Sink the Bismarck, and the book is Amazon. Of course, there's a copy here because this is a good library and they have everything here. Oh, and maps, and a fantastic map collection too. For genealogists and researchers, the Maryland Room is an absolute must for resources for Maryland research. All right, so we're back in the central hall. Take one more look around at this magnificent decor, and then I'll end the stream and thank everyone who stopped by. Thanks, everyone. Have a fantastic day and a Happy New Year.